Previously.
I don't need you on a leash. I just need you to promise me you'll keep your distance from Sarah.
Of course I will. Ned's got something he wants to say. I'm sorry for putting you through that.
You might be able to fool your father, but I'm not so gullible.
Cecilia has an alibi. She thinks you did it.
I've got one very valuable asset up my sleeve.
Motel, please do not make me use that as a guarantee.
Therese, I love you.
How dare you show your face here!
Therese, I swear I didn't do it. You leave.
What were you thinking? I didn't post bail for you to go and ruin a very difficult day for the Willises.
I just wanted to pay my respects.
So send flowers.
I wanted to be there for Therese, so she could see that I couldn't possibly have killed her boy.
They were trying to say goodbye to him, Paul. It wasn't about you.
I am being blamed here. It has to be Tom Quill that caused the explosion.
Tom's missing.
Oh, how very convenient. Come on, you've got to go and see Mark. Make sure that he's on Tom's trail.
I can't tell Mark how to do his job.
Ned, you're only too happy to run to him with the blueprints that were planted on me. I can't bear the thought of Therese thinking that I'm responsible.
Oh, you just go back to the motel and lie low, and I will see what I can do.
Everybody needs good neighbors with a little understanding. You can find the perfect blend. Neighbors should be there for one another. That's when good neighbors become good friends.
Do you think this will be enough for everyone outside?
Well, if they want some more, they can always come in.
Hey, nobody knows.
Nobody knows what.
Well, who put bail up for Paul? Who let him out? Who let him ruin Josh's service?
Well, I think I heard Amy say that it was Steph.
What, after everything he did to her? Why?
Okay, today is about Josh. Can we just focus on honouring our son?
Yes, I know what it's about.
Maybe you came to ask for forgiveness. When you've done something horrible, that's all you've got left, right? Ask for forgiveness.
Doesn't mean they deserve it.
I'm just saying maybe he tried to do something good, not wreck everything.
You don't know Paul.
I'll take these outside.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, can I help?
Oh, you okay?
Fine. Are they for the wake?
Yeah.
I'm losing a child. I can't begin to imagine what that feels like.
Yeah, I got no idea how the Willises even made it through that funeral. I thought you were only sticking around for a few days.
Yeah, I am. They're almost up. I'm running out of money. But I do need to speak to the Kennedys before I go. I know, there's a lot of history there, but I'm hoping we can put it behind us.
Unless you got a damn good reason to push the point. I just cut my losses, yeah?
I have good reason. I've just been waiting for the right moment to speak to Carl and Susan, that's all. But they've already decided I'm up to no good.
I'm gonna be straight with you, Sarah. People are dealing with a lot right now. They're grieving. They're trying to come to terms with what happened at the hotel. There's clearly something going on with you, so if you want to talk about it, well then, I'm here for you. But just please leave Carl and Susan alone. Please.
Thanks for getting here so fast.
That's right, I needed a bit of a break. Got a little awkward at the station when I found out my girlfriend posted bail for someone on a murder charge.
I was going to tell you.
Why did you do that? Paul does a runner, you lose 100 grand.
He won't. He didn't sabotage the boiler. Oh, come on, what happened to innocent until proven guilty?
This is Paul Robinson we're talking about.
Yeah, well, if he were guilty, there's no way he would have told me the things he did.
Right, and what did he tell you?
He hired someone to cause trouble at the hotel to drum up business for Robinsons.
What? How does that prove his innocence?
Because she didn't go through with it. Her name's Cecilia Saint. Now, feel free to contact her, but she'll deny everything because she's terrified of being painted as a scapegoat. Besides, the person you should be focusing on is Tom Quill.
Right, and that's your opinion, not Paul's?
Both of ours. He's a logical suspect, Mark, and he's gone off the grid.
He's gone missing. He may very well be dead. How did Paul manage to get to you?
Because I know how it feels to stand in his shoes. I believe him.
Okay, look, we'll speak to this Cecilia woman, but please, please, stay out of this investigation. This is a police matter, not yours. We're not going to take any direction from you or Paul, okay?
Come in.
Sorry, am I interrupting?
What is it, Sarah?
I don't mean to keep you. I was just wondering if later on I might be able to have that talk with you and Carl.
What's it about?
I'll explain everything when we sit down together.
No, we asked you to be up front. You had your chance. I'm not interested anymore.
Okay, I'll speak to Carl, see if he has time.
Is that a threat?
No, I just really need to explain a few things. I understand if you're too busy.
Yes, I am too busy for you, Sarah. And I think if you talk to Carl, you'll find that he's too busy for you as well.
I'm not here to cause trouble.
Really? Because you were overheard wishing that Carl was the father of your children.
I wouldn't have said that. Well, not exactly. Look, it's still not what you think.
What I think is that you need to back off. Really back off. Leave us alone, Sarah.
I was wondering where you got to.
No, I was only trying to make people feel better about Paul showing up.
I know, but everyone's grieving. Emotions are pretty raw right now.
Yeah, I get why Pam hates me, but why'd she have to bring it up today? I'm trying to prove myself to Dad.
You don't have to do that.
He doesn't want to be a father to me all these years. There's a reason.
There are reasons, but none of them are to do with you. He loves you.
He thinks I'm a thug.
Yeah, well, he wasn't exactly a choir boy as a teenager. Look, secrets aren't good, but now that everything's out in the open, maybe you can deal with it and move on.
I really never meant for her to get hurt.
I'm sure she knows that.
I'm not. Keep trying to tell her, but she doesn't listen.
Yeah, just give it time.
How much time? I've apologized. I'm trying to move on, but I can't if she keeps holding a grudge. Dad will pick up on that. Take her side.
Your dad is not like that. He loves you. He's thrilled to have you here.
Look, Lauren, I appreciate you trying to help me, but the fact is, Pam hates me. Dad's not interested. And I'm a stranger to my so-called sisters, so thanks.
Paul ruined Josh's funeral. And it's your fault. You should never have paid his bail.
I had no idea he'd...
Yeah, but my son is dead. And you gave the man who was responsible his freedom. And you, how could you have given him bail? You should have just locked him up and thrown the key away.
That was the magistrate's decision, not ours.
They should have known he was guilty.
Therese, this investigation is still open.
Which means he is innocent until proven otherwise.
Fine, but then if he didn't do it, then who did?
Well, they're still searching for Tom Quill.
And?
We're at a dead end.
Cecilia?
Yeah, she gave me her alibi. It seems to be bulletproof, and she's not willing to go on the record about anything else.
Right, okay. But the point is, Therese, is that Paul thought that Cecilia was just going to cause a bit of trouble at the event. That's all he wanted. This is why he wanted you and Daniel out of there. He didn't want you blamed. That Tom Quill was the one making noise about a big revenge plan.
How much did Paul pay this Cecilia woman for this alibi?
No, he didn't pay her anything. Therese, he did not tamper with the boiler. I know he's telling the truth.
The boiler room plans were in his briefcase. I mean, you found them. How much proof do you need?
That doesn't mean that he put them in there.
Yeah, the trouble is there's no evidence to say that anyone else did.
Wait, how on earth can you be on this man's side? He tried to send you crazy.
I'm a sucker for the truth.
Well, he did it. Okay? He did it, and everyone knows that. So either you're a fool, or you're crazier than everyone thought.
The comment you wrote in the condolences book. It was lovely.
I just wrote what I feel. Josh was a special boy.
He was. All your grandkids are.
Whatever advice about Ned you're about to give me, could you just save it for another time?
He should be here with his family, but he doesn't feel welcome.
You don't know him. For months I had him skulking around my house, lying, being disrespectful. I mean, that incident, the robbery, that was just the icing on the cake.
He's turned a corner and he wants to move on, but he can't while you're still staying so angry at him.
But I am angry. I have a right to be.
Yeah, you do. But your family has lost too many people, and you don't need to lose another one. This anger you're feeling, it might not all be to do with Ned. You've just lost your husband. And that is one of the worst experiences that anyone can ever go through.
Yeah. You're right. I have been lashing out at Ned, and I know it's unfair.
Grief makes us do crazy things.
Yeah, but that's just it. It's not grief. Well, I mean, it is for Josh, but if I'm honest, not for Doug. What I'm feeling about Doug going is relief. Relief that I never have to look after him when his mind is completely gone. Relief that I never had to put him into a home or deal with him forgetting who I was. And I mean, I know that makes me a terrible person, but even more so for taking it out on Ned.
It doesn't make you horrible. It makes you human.
I said goodbye to Doug a long time ago, when that wretched illness started to take him away from me. I loved him so much.
It's because you loved him that you didn't want him to suffer. You have to forgive yourself, Pam. And you have to forgive Ned.
Why? Is it not enough that you're responsible for my son's death? And then you go and make it worse by turning up at his funeral?
Yes, because I wanted to pay my
You
respects.
keep insisting that you're innocent when we all know that you're not.
Oh, Therese.
I mean, Steph might believe you, but she's the only one. I won't ever.
Therese, I love you.
You don't love me. You're only saying that out of guilt because of what you've done.
No, that's not true at all.
I feel sick. I feel sick that you've made me care about you. You've tricked me into feeling something. Look at the way you treat people. Look at what you did to Naomi, what you've done to your family. Your kids don't even want to know about you. You can't maintain relationships because you're a disgusting narcissist who puts power and money and all this ambition in front of the people, the women that you claim to love. You damage everyone that gets close to you, including me. I hate you.
How are you?
I have been dodging that question all day, but hearing it from you just makes me feel loved.
There you are.
Thanks for talking to Ned.
Yeah, I just wish I could tell him that Beth wouldn't let you see him as a kid.
Well, there's no point in him resenting her as well.
I'll get us.
You must be exhausted.
I'm hoping that translates into a solid night's sleep tonight.
I thought you said it'd just be Dad.
Yeah, just here and then out, okay?
I owe you an apology. I haven't been dealing very well with Doug passing away. I didn't like what I was feeling, so I took it out on you. I'm sorry. And I'm hoping that today, instead of being about sadness and saying goodbye, it can also be about new beginnings. If you'll forgive me.
Of course. You know, Pop believed I'd changed, and I have. I wouldn't let him or you down. I'm trying to live a life that you'd both be proud of.
Ned, we are all proud of you.
Nothing I said made any difference. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to convince Therese that I'm innocent. I mean, if the woman I love doesn't believe me, then how on earth am I going to convince a jury of total strangers? I mean, Cecilia refuses to testify. Tom Quill is still missing. I have nothing else. Mind you, it doesn't really matter. I may as well be in jail if she believes that I caused Josh's death. Everything she said was true. I've done terrible things to a lot of people, including my own family. Yeah, I've always chosen power first. I put money before love. I've ruined a lot of relationships
Paul, just stop. Feeling sorry for yourself isn't going to help. If you don't like who you are, do something about it. This is your chance to change, to prove your love, to prove your innocence.
Oh, yeah.
Well, by not giving up for a start. I believe in you, Paul. We'll fight this together.
What the hell are you playing at? Goading Susan like that?
That was never my intention.
What are you trying to achieve?
I just want to put the past behind us.
Yeah, well, you being here is dredging all that up again. What is it you're so desperate to talk to me about? What do you want? Is it to stir up trouble between Susan and I?
No, of course not.
Well, guess what? That's what you're doing.
I'm sorry. I don't know what else to do.
Well, how about being straight with us?
It's not that easy.
Sarah, can you try at least to put yourself in our shoes? What's happening is incredibly frustrating. Now, either you tell us what's going on or you leave us alone. It's that simple.
I've started to plan Doug's service.
What are you thinking?
Well, I wanted to be at the local church and then scatter his ashes on the water at East Point. He loved that spot.
Sounds beautiful. And you know, I really am sorry for what I put you through.
Oh. We've forgiven each other. We're good now. It's you and Brad I'm worried about. I know you used to resent him a lot. Have you forgiven him too?
It hasn't been easy to forget that he deserted me. And Mum. When it had a whole other family, like we weren't good enough.
That was never the case. He loved you.
Yeah, but when you're a little kid, it doesn't feel like it. He was never there for any of the big moments in my life. He wasn't there for the sports carnival I won champion boy at, or when I fell off the Neighbours rain tank, broke my arm. I just can't help wondering if he had been there, would my entire life be different? And what kind of guy would I be? What might I have achieved? But I'm trying not to get hung up on that. I want to get on with my life. Forget the past.
I know it must be hard. No child wants to grow up without a father. And I should have been more understanding of how much that would have affected you.
Well, I was angry about it for a long time.
And you copped a lot of that anger. But like I said, I'm moving on. Forgive and forget. It's the only way. And hey, we're all going up to Darwin to say goodbye to Pop. Got a real family. So don't worry. I've forgiven and forgotten with Brad. Totally.
I'm really sorry to upset you. I just don't understand why you find it so difficult to explain. Or why you hang around here if you're determined to keep it secret.
It's complicated and really messy.
I'm listening.
I want to tell you, but I need to be sure.
About what? You know what? I've had enough. I'm going home.
Carl, sit. When I had this conversation with Susan today, it just made me realise that you guys aren't as stable as I thought you were.
What?
And I know that I'm a huge part of that.
Yes,
I get
yes,
it.
you are.
But it's the future that's important. I want to know that you guys are solid. If I were to proposition you right now, what would you say? Do you mind?
Can you just give me his name? He has no ID. Are you awake?